Western science is beginning to find evidence and catch up with a lot of what this Eastern philosophy has known for a really long time.
There's actually something very powerful in what's going on in here, and that's worth investigating.
The more control we have in our mind, the more power we have in our life.
Yoga has really the capacity to change your brain.
I think there's four components that really make yoga what it is. One of these, of course, is the most obvious one, which is the physical postures, the stretching, the exercises, the movements, the breathing techniques, the relaxation techniques. These are an important component. That's working the body to affect our global functioning. Another critical area is the idea of self-regulation, the ability to control our internal stress response, to control our emotion response. This is basically reflected as resilience to stress and equanimity in the face of emotions, and that leads to a psychological self-efficacy. Another really key area is the cultivation of mind-body awareness, the sense of being able to feel and experience what's going on in the body, and also to experience what's going on mentally, to be able to observe the flow of thought. And this kind of cultivation of mind-body awareness leads to an increased mindfulness that can change behaviors in a very positive way. And then the final component, which is really reflecting the traditional origins of yoga, is the idea of experiencing these deeper states, these spiritual states, if you will, transcendent states. Even if they're short-term, these kinds of experiences that you get in deep meditation can really be transformative for people and bring them to a positive lifestyle, to have them gravitate towards positive goals in life, to improve and enhance their life meaning and purpose.
For those who have experienced the benefits of yoga for themselves, they don't need any evidence, they don't need any research to convince them that yoga can help. However, there are others who do like a little bit more of a robust, scientific, systematic way of looking at what's actually going on rather than, the anecdotal evidence that so many people give. So what I've been doing recently is research in the field of yoga for depression and anxiety disorders. The most significant result that we found was the reduction in measures of depression. So we compared the group of people who were doing the yoga practice, it was done over 6 weeks, and the control group was continuing with their regular treatment. And we saw a significant difference between the two groups. We saw a 33% reduction in the group of people who were doing the yoga practice. We saw a significant reduction in scores in anxiety, in overall psychological distress. We saw an increase in resilience. That's a really important measure in mental health. We saw increases in the frequency of positive experiences that people were reporting, and conversely, a reduction in the frequency of negative experiences. The average amount of yoga that people were doing was 12 minutes on a regular basis, most days of the week over 6 weeks. Probably the most important measures were the reduction of the depression and the anxiety scores, but each of the other measures gives us a much more overall picture of improvements in mental health. The evidence supports the whole idea that if people do something that includes movement, breath, mindful attention and relaxation, using the framework of yoga, a little bit each day really does bring about some pretty significant results.